All right, everybody, it's Chris from Drop Dice. So we're starting just a tad late today. We're having a few technical issues. I've got two of the players online, and we're expecting at least two more to be joining us today. Unfortunately, one of our players, Nate, who is playing our Yoga Caster or Ward Master, will actually not be joining us tonight. It's his birthday, so we decided to take some time off and go hang with some friends. So no game for him tonight. I'd like to go ahead and do introductions of the players that I do have. That way we can get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and start with Jeremy.
Hello. I am I'm Jeremy. Yay. I'm also Kamori Dietrich. My overlay that normally everybody else has is not wanting to work right now. Sorry, Chris.
It's all right.
I'm from the Bat Clan. If I need to remind you, I'm sorry. If I don't need to remind you, then you know who I am. Other than that, enjoy the game, I guess.
All right. And Tom, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'll be playing Murano Kaji, Dragon Clan Dual Wielder. So, yep, that's what I'm going to be doing.
All right. And as always, I'm Chris with Drop Dice. Now we're waiting. Oh, it looks like we've got one of our players here. Murdoch, if you'd like to go ahead and introduce yourself and who you're playing. Maybe?
Sorry, I was muted.
No, it's okay. Your camera looked like it was frozen for a second there.
I'm playing Kikita Toshiro. Yeah, that's basically it. Murdoch, and I hate the rest of the party apparently.
All right, and we're missing one, and hopefully he should be joining us just shortly. We've got somebody sending out text messages right now. For those of you that follow Vokers, he's our version of Braswick. He's always going to be late, and that's kind of Brendan.
He's not that bad, generally.
For the record, I can't get my overlay to work.
It's okay. Jeremy was having issues with the overlay as well. I think it might be a Google issue.
The Hangout Toolbox always gives me some trouble.
Is it a ping file?
Yes, they should all be PNG files.
The plague that's spreading. Soon I'll catch it as well.
It is not a ping file. It is a PNG.
I knew where he was going.
Yeah, but I hate that term.
You heard what I meant.
And I know what I meant. And I corrected you.
Actually, before we get started here, because I'm a thirsting beast, I'm going to go ahead and get some water real quick. And if we don't have Brennan back by the time I get back with my water, which is, a couple seconds away, I guess we'll do a recap and go ahead and get started with that.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. All right, so I would like to do a recap, but the way I'd like to do this is, Tom, you wrote a letter for your parents after last game.
And I did.
If you would like to use that as your recap, I would like that to be how we do our recaps from now on, is just doing letters home as kind of fitting the motif of what Legend of the Five Rings is.
What the fuck?
Okay. I'll just pull it up in a second.
Can we curse? I forget if we can curse.
I'm going
Yes,
to curse.
this is an adult broadcast. It contains adult themes and adult situations.
If
for
there's
all my
any
viewers.
kids, they can look away and listen properly when I curse.
Yeah.
Fuckity fuck.
Pretty much.
I should probably have like a little thing that shows up on the screen that warns everybody of that, but I figure if they've watched my channel, they know that I curse occasionally, so...
If somehow, if they stumbled upon you, then, if they're not accepting this, that's their fault.
All right, we got Brendan here. Before you start up, let's go ahead and let Brendan finish loading in, and then we'll have him introduce himself.
All right.
We were waiting for you. God.
You're all very,
Sorry.
very disappointed.
I missed you, Brendan.
Yeah, I didn't really miss you that much.
All right.
I am, unloved now.
So for anybody who's been watching the GM Fit videos and caught onto this one, Mios are like my best friend. You should invest in some. That way you don't drink flavorless water all the time.
The flavorless water is good. I like water.
Huckleberry Finn is the best shit all the time. Okay? I drink Kool-Aid. This is
Yeah.
flavored water.
Flavorless waters kind of worked for a couple billion years. I'm good with it.
No, I like it, but it's like if I drink water all the time, I gotta have something that's got a different taste to it. And since I limit myself to a can of soda now, this is how I have flavor in my day as far as something to drink.
It's the thirst mutilator. It's got what Chris needs. It's got a lot
It is not Brondo.
It is Brondo.
It does not shave
Does
your.
not have electrolytes.
It does not shave your.
Actually, one of them does have electrolytes added to it, the Mio Fit. But
Yeah,
So
it's got what he
I'm
needs.
like there.
It's got electrolytes.
Okay.
all right, Brendan, if you'd like to go ahead and introduce who you are and what you're playing.
I am Brendan. I am playing Seed Tsubasa. He is the smith. He's the guy who can't fight. He's going to be making stuff for everyone.
Good enough. Guess what you guys will be doing today?
Hey,
So
that's
I
what I'm
mentioned
here
it.
for.
I mentioned it just before you came in, Brendan. But what we're going to do from this point forward is our game recaps are actually going to be your letter home that you guys have been writing kind of in the background. I know that Tom wrote one last week, so I'm going to have him read his letter as the recap for the session. And this game doesn't have any sort of like inspiration like D&D 5th edition does, but it does use, or we are using, fortunes and experience points. So when you write your letters, you're going to get your bonus experience, and then if I call on you to do the recap, you're actually going to gain a fortune. So when Tom is done reading this, he'll have his fortune, which he can use for all sorts of fun stuff.
All right. Let's see here. To my honored father and mother, I know that this letter will not find you long after my last, but I felt that in light of certain events, it would be wise to let those back home know what I have learned, in case I am unable to send more. I cannot go into detail about everything in this letter, only state that open hostilities are a very real possibility, if not from the expected parties. First and foremost is that a small amount of the taint is very much present around Toshi Rambo. The food which the Lord Governor has served us has been corrupted by it, and a staff, and even one of the magistrates, has started to be affected by it. It is a small thing, though, and from what little I know, it tells me that these people are far from being unsavable. One of my fellow Shikin plans on confronting the Otomo as soon as possible about this, and hopefully that will bring more information to light, if not completely stop it. I am not convinced that it will end at this, however, as nearby town has also had rice paddies become corrupted by the taint, and now dark spirits haunt their lands. Most worrisome is how this came about. Tainted Kappa. As far as I knew, such a thing was impossible, yet I saw and slayed one myself. The idea that there may be a new kind of taint spreading is terrifying, to say the least, and is the primary reason why I felt the need to write you again so soon. It may not be as drastic as I fear, but I suggest that we have one of our own look into it nevertheless. Regardless, I have faith in my fellow Shikin, who have been performing their duties admirably. Kakita Toshiro has unofficially taken the lead in this investigation, and has proven to be devoted to the cause. Of interesting note that I have found that he is the son of a famous witch hunter, and I can only imagine that this is the reason for much of his drive. The rest of us are helping in our own ways, gathering bits of information and bringing them together in a whole picture. This is a delicate situation, but I believe we have the skill to succeed in our task and more. I still must worry for the city. The innocent will be harmed if we fail, from its farmers to its craftsmen to its geisha. I must not fail. May the path of enlightenment lead us ever forward. Miyamoto Kaji.
All right, that was perfect. I really enjoyed that, so we're going to do that from this point forward. So if you guys do want to get on those letters, I'll be selecting one once a week, and that's how we'll do our recaps from now on.
For the record, Tom, I am merely the student of a witch hunter.
Oh, I thought you were the son.
You're the student of Shugenja.
Well, no, you're a witch hunter.
You are actually,
Honorary witch hunter.
Kunitaru was actually elevated to honorary witch hunter. Essentially, it's kind of like he got so much prestige that, you know how the university will make honorary professors, and technically they hold a PhD and they can be called doctor. He's an honorary witch hunter.
Ah, okay. I thought it was a full-fledged witch hunter.
But
Nope.
he is not the son of him.
No, I am merely the student of one. I am the son, however, of a famous duelist and a famous doctor.
Ah, okay. Well, sorry then.
No, in case it mattered.
Yeah. No, absolutely fine. So, yeah, the only thing that I really have to add to that recap is that during your time here, you were able to learn a little bit about Kappa, and I'm going to refresh your mind on Kappa because they do operate a little bit differently than how you understood them to be. Kappa are strange and malicious spirits that are encountered near rivers and streams most often, which kind of stacks up with what you've seen. But the people in this village tell you that the Kappa here are not malicious, that they're actually kind of benevolent, and they believe that the Kappa blessed their rice fields. You can take that how you want, but you did encounter a Kappa that was tainted and trying to feed these baby Kappa blood. Hold on just a second. Sorry, the dogs are getting out of hand.
I believe he was trying to fill their bowls, their head bowls with blood.
He was trying to fill their head bowls with the blood coming from his own bowl. You do know, or at least I should say that that you guys figured out last game that Kappa do drink blood, whether it's from humans or animals, just in general. That's how they get sustenance. But usually they only drink pure blood. They don't drink anything that's from tainted. So it's usually pretty easy if you find dead bodies that are near where Kappa are. Kappa would normally drink all the blood from them, but if there is like still blood on the creature, it was probably tainted. Again, like Tom said, Kappa are supposed to be completely resistant to taint. As spirit creatures, they actually should not be able to contract it. So whatever's going on here is something more than what you understood taint to be before this. All right, and when we last left you guys, you were on the road. You had slayed this blood Kappa, is what we're calling it for now. And there are 2 baby Kappa that seem to be untainted that you guys have not decided what you're going to do with just yet. And just to kind of remind you guys to set the scene, you're in kind of like a bamboo forest. It's you're in kind of a clearing, and this is where you were able to find it. You also found its dead mother, or at least these two pups' mother. And the area is eerily serene and quiet now that the blood Kappa is gone.
So what's the plan?
Not sure. Does anyone know anything about rearing baby Kappa?
No. But I have some studies in spirits. Barely, though. It's not my expertise.
Well, it may behoove us to bring them with us for the time being.
It would be beneficial to them if we could, at the very minimum, try to find other Kappa.
Well, we have to go up to the Kappa area anyway, so we should bring them with us.
That I can agree with.
All right.
Hopefully there's still some left that are not tainted.
Hopefully.
Well, we've spoken to tainted spirits and tainted Kappa today. Yeah, I mean, hey.
How exactly does one corral these things?
They're
babies. They actually they're kind of like orangutans babies. Like if you just put your arm down, they're just gonna latch onto you and just hold on. Like they're not gonna like bite at you or anything crazy. They're just gonna like grip onto you. So I mean, you could attach them to your shirt, arm,
that's what I was
whatever
gonna
you want to do.
I was just gonna try to pick them up.
Okay. Like I said, as soon as you reach to go pick them up, they instinctively grab onto you and they latch on, and they kind of like do that corralled hug thing.
Yeah, I'll grab them.
Okay. So this is the first time you've ever like physically interacted with Kappa, other than killing the tainted one last time. They're surprisingly heavy for what you would expect. These pups have kind of a soft shell. It hasn't quite hardened yet, and they always make sure to hold their head up like instinctively so that their bowl doesn't spill. So even if you like move, you're going to feel them kind of shuffle around so that they can keep their head level.
I'll make sure I adjust my step also to keep things stable for them.
Okay. So yeah, you've picked them up, and it's, like I said, pretty easy to care for them. You do know they drink the blood of animals. They don't seem to be hungry at the moment, so that's something that you can be grateful for, because then you don't have to deal with like any sort of blood.
Blood's not that big of a deal, truthfully. But it is not something I was looking forward to, no.
Yeah. It's considered unclean, so it's an activity that you would refrain from as best as possible. You guys were told where the Kappa usually congregate to bless the fields, and you also had a discussion about possibly going back to the capital, or to Toshi Rambo, I should say. And that's where you kind of came across these Kappas on your way back to Toshi Rambo.
Well, I would like to try to return them if possible now that we have them.
As I recall, it was getting later on in the day because we left late. Traveling at night is probably not the wisest decision we could make. Plus, obviously, Lord Otomo will be expecting us.
When are our appointed duties supposed to start? There was some sort of event where we had to talk to the crane and the lion.
So that's tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, that is tomorrow, which is part of the reason why you guys were heading back, because you wanted to make sure and be in attendance, because you've already kind of started things, and tomorrow is the official sit down and discuss things meeting.
And what time of day does that start?
That'll actually be starting right about midday. Usually for Rukugan, like any sort of political things that happen, it's usually you get up, you have a nice meal, all the guests arrive at their leisure, and then once all the guests have arrived, which is usually in the afternoon because everybody kind of goes on samurai time, if you will, that's when negotiations start, and it's an official thing to clear out the room and set up proper tables and ink pens and things like that for you.
I have to admit I am well out of my element. We have our duties to carry out tomorrow at noon. Are we going to have time to clear out the shrine and find Kappa for these babies tomorrow morning?
That is why I believe
I would doubt it.
That is why I believe we must brave the night.
Brave the night if you must, but I will not be coming with you.
The those of you that you've all had some interaction with children, albeit kind of limited given your station. But you would assume that probably like human children, if you just leave these Kappa out on their own, they're not going to make it. You also know that if you bring Kappa back to the capital, people are going to try and kill them because they are monsters.
I've said my piece.
What do you wish to do with them?
I am with Dietrich on this one. I believe we should return them.
I have taken up the option to. I have taken up my stance on where I believe we should do with them. I will do so with or without help.
Did you wish to leave them here, Kakita-san?
No. I've stated my piece.
He would like to help. He has stated
I need to head back.
He would like to help them, but he cannot do. He does not. He does not wish to do it right now.
Cannot. There's a difference.
Due to his obligations.
Yeah, it's about afternoon. Doing a quick check because his concern is being out at night, given the situation with tainted creatures in the area, especially tainted spirit creatures. At night they are typically stronger, so what he's saying is pretty valid. The concern is it's going to be nighttime in probably the next 2 hours. If you get to the water shrine where they supposedly live, it's going to eat up that time, and then you'll be on the road after dark heading back to Toshi Rambo.
Kakita-san is a skilled Shugenja. I trust him in these matters.
I do also trust him in the matters of this. If we did nothing right now, these two will not survive.
Then we should bring them back with us.
They will not
Well-
survive.
We need to hide them from the people.
I do not know the first thing about hiding Kappa inside of a populated city.
I say
That
nothing.
is why you make friends.
Are you saying you have friends that would allow us to have Kappa?
I have acquaintances where my name carries some small weight, and I also have the ear of some important people in and around Toshi Rambo. I'm sure that one of those people could arrange for Kappa to spend the night.
With this, would you be if this would be the case? Would you be planning on on helping them on the morning or after negotiations?
In the morning. Negotiations, while important, they will wait for us to arrive. Or at least they should. That is how civilized people do business or conduct business.
I see. Well then, I believe we have a course of action.
Very well.
I can accept this. Yes, also.
Let us head back. I will venture forward when we are closer to Toshi Rambo so that I may speak with some of my friends and attempt to secure passage for them.
It would also
Ability.
it would also be prudent to secure a blanket for Dietrich here.
Yeah, the
You are wearing a kimono, are you not, Dietrich? This is out of game.
Yeah, I should be wearing a basic kimono,
Yeah,
all black kimono, but kimono nonetheless.
you're wearing all black?
Yeah,
Is that your clan's color?
yeah.
Okay.
The Black Clan are all black. It's weird because during their funerals, Murdoch, they don't wear all black. They wear all white. It's completely opposite from the rest of the.
He's Batman.
That's literally what it says.
Now I'm thinking of what actually wearing a black kimono means, because I actually have one. It means that you study Iaido or Iajitsu. It's black as an Iajitsu dueling robe.
Just for our culture, for the Black Clan culture, it's black.
Yeah, no, totally fine. I was just
No, it's okay.
yeah. Yeah, I would assume with black kimono, you would be able to hide at least one of them. They could grip onto your legs.
yeah they could. Given this time of year, though, or given this time of history, I should say, there are two styles of kimono. There's the traditional, where it's kind of almost like a skirted bottom, and then there is a newer style that's more found from the colonies, which is more of a pant style bottom. Given that Dietrich is who Dietrich is,
I wear pants.
I was gonna say he may have the pant style one.
Which should still be loose fitting because they're a kimono.
Yeah,
It's more like
it's
bell
gonna be.
bottoms, man.
I was gonna say it's gonna be loose fitting. You can try it out. It's one of those things that if somebody was to come up and purposely look for it, they're probably gonna find them. But who's gonna be looking at your pants becomes the next question.
So, people would want to kill these if they knew they were in the city. Is doing this?
Oh yeah, they're
actually
monsters.
against- yeah, is doing this against any laws specifically?
No. The only way it could be against the law that you can think of is if they were officially like declared as like fleeing prisoners or people that are like they were wanted by the guardsmen. If you were hiding them, then that would be considered a crime. But because no one's going to know it's there, it's pretty much if they get discovered, they're getting killed on the spot. That's pretty much how it goes. And then Dietrich's probably going to get questioned. And depending on the questioning process, Dietrich may face punishment. But given his position, more than likely it's going to be a fine.
And how does trade work going in and out of the city? Like if a merchant comes in or out with a cart, like is it checked? Anything like that?
It is, but it's not like thoroughly checked. They basically kind of walk around the cart and they look at it, and then they might poke around a little bit, but they don't like open every box or anything like that.
So unless they have a real reason to, they won't actually go into because it's just more of waste.
Yeah. Toshi Rambo makes most of its money off of trade, and so they don't really hassle the traders much.
Well, if any of those friends of yours include traders, we could pretty easily smuggle them to the city in a cart. And if not, I could try to arrange something with my family.
We shall see. Let us know.
We should be on our way, yes.
Okay. So as you guys are heading back, there is that military checkpoint that you guys kind of breezed through last time and didn't have to worry about. This time you're going to go through there. I'm just going to give them a preliminary, just kind of quick check to see if they notice anything.
Because I remember that last time you said they didn't really even take a look at us because we went like
No.
on a
Yeah.
like we didn't go like directly through it. We went like on the outskirts because that's where they.
Yeah, but they still have a military checkpoint on the
Yeah.
road. They're just about as carefree as they were last time. The guards that are on duty here actually take the time to check your papers, which they didn't do last time. They just kind of like waved you through.
Well, because
These
we're
guys, yeah, these guys this time check your papers. They make sure everything's in order, and they greet you with your proper station. And they welcome you to the city. So this is the Imperial Legion that is out here, just so you're aware. You guys were told that there was an Otomo who has been selected to take the place of the Lord Mayor should he be guilty of the crimes that are kind of suggested that he's done at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You guys haven't met him, but I just wanted to remind you that he is out here. That is Taisa Otomo Daisetsu, if you guys check the roll 20. Okay, so you guys kind of go through the checkpoint. Like I said, they check your paperwork and stuff like that, but they don't really hassle you. They don't seem to catch on that you guys are harboring little monster babies.
I hope
And
they bite your taint, Dietrich.
What is it?
I hope they bite your taint.
all right, so you guys continue on, and as you are getting closer to the city, you know, it's been a hard time doing this investigation. You guys really hadn't had a chance, other than like the first day that you were here, to really take in the city. And as you approach the gates to the city, it's suddenly like, because this is kind of the low point for you, you're able to actually take in the value of the city that you know, you've otherwise kind of been missing. You oops. There we go. You basically are able to kind of take in what's going on in the city and see the hustle and bustle. And this is kind of the point where our crane friend is actually going to think that this would be time to kind of slip ahead and get in contact with
Yep.
those people.
So I will indeed slip ahead at this point.
Okay.
I will attempt to be making contact with the Iron Fans. Those lecherous fools.
Okay. Absolutely. So
They're not actually lecherous, I'm just being funny.
I mean, they could be. You just maybe
So
they
the
didn't very
gate that
well.
you're coming in is kind of the district where you ran into the Iron Fans in the first place. They didn't give you a clear way of how to get a hold of them. There are some that if you saw them on the streets, you might be able to recognize them, but you haven't seen any of them. So how are you going about trying to find them?
Well, I was given a token, so I'm going to go to the tea house, the Jade.
The Jade Pearl Inn?
Yep, the Jade Pearl Inn. I'm
Okay.
going to head there because I know they frequent that location.
Yeah, absolutely. So you head over to the Jade Pearl Inn, and the same old lady that's kind of been taking care of the place is there when you arrive, and she kind of like bows to you, and she says, Kakita-sama, would you like to have a seat at the bar, or would you prefer a table this evening?
Just looking around for friends. I appreciate it. I appreciate your kindness.
Absolutely. If you would like, I can tell you if your friends have been here.
Sure, I'll give them the names.
Okay. She kind of frowns and she goes, yes, they were here earlier, but they usually arrive in the evening. They were actually here much earlier than I expected today. I don't know if they should be back. They usually arrive and they have a glass of sake before heading out, and they usually don't drink heavily or anything. Very good customers, very polite men.
There's also a Phoenix Fuginja that I know has come here several times with her brother.
Ah, the twins, yes.
Does she say twins? Because it's not
She
supposed
does.
to
She knows it, actually, and that's a good catch that you were able to realize that she knows it. She goes, the twins. They have not been here.
Just out of curiosity, would it be impolite for me to correct her? Because
It wouldn't be impolite, but it's one of those things that if she knows, there's not really a point to correct her.
Okay.
She goes, the twins. No, they have not been in. When I last saw them, they came in to actually meet with you.
Do you know when this day was, or what time this was?
Oh, it was the other night, I believe. You were here with another individual, some geishas actually, from the Woodlouse house.
I have never met with geishas.
Or, excuse me, perhaps you were not part of that group. I think it was your friends. I see a lot of customers, forgive me.
I have never come in here with anybody before.
I could have sworn I've recognized you.
I have come here before, but always alone. Both times that I've been here, for both nights, I have come alone. I have sat with the individuals I'm looking for, but never geishas and never anybody else.
I must be thinking of your companions. Like I said, forgive me. I see quite a few customers. You may make an empathy check if you'd like.
Sure. $16.
Okay. She knows more than she's letting on, and she's kind of stumbling.
Oh, I can tell.
Good, because I'm playing that up. But from what you're gathering is she's genuinely a little confused because she generally has a lot of customers, and she tries her best to remember who they are, but she's getting up in years. But it's one of those things that she definitely recognizes you, and she definitely recognizes your friends, and she's got enough of the facts right that you know she's been paying attention.
Well, the issue is I've never been with the rest of the party in here, nor have I ever talked about me being a Jiken, or whatever they're called.
Yes, she hasn't referred to you as a Sheikah. She actually referred to your companions. That's all.
Yeah. What companions do you speak of?
The dragon and sea. There's also a I don't know, a very dour individual. He wears a lot of black. I'm not sure where he's from.
Can I ask why you believe these to be my companions?
Yes, your friend spoke to me about that. The ones you're looking for.
Do you know where I might find them at this hour?
I'm not sure, but they did tell me to give you something, or your friends, should they arrive first. And she will hand you a small wooden box. Not like decorative, small, and useless. It's actually a useful box.
I will thank her, and I will go to a private area and order some food.
Okay.
It would be impolite to not do that at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. She takes you into a small room and then shuts the screen for you. When you open it up, it's a letter that basically tells you that.
Permission, should you choose to accept it?
No, it's a letter that basically says that. Unfortunately, myself and my men had to prepare ourselves for tomorrow's treaty signing. Should it not go well, we will continue with our original plan. One of my agents will be at your disposal if you should need him. I believe you know who he is. And it will jar your memory as far as who they're talking about inside the letter. Wotaka is a member of the Iron Fans. You guys have figured that out.
Yep.
And he's basically telling you that the Iron Fans are out in the city trying to ensure that the treaty goes through, but ready to take
strike
necessary actions if they feel like it doesn't go through the way it should.
Okay. I'll head to the to find Wotaka at the castle.
Absolutely. So when you enter the castle, you actually just have to go barely within the gates. Usually Wotaka is pretty much wandering through the halls, ready to go to the gates right away when guests are there. Because there's a treaty signing, all you have to do is kind of check in with the guards. The guards just let you past. It's not like normal where servants greet you at the gates kind of a deal. Once you are inside, you find Wotaka in the gardens. He's instructing servants to pick up the sumo mats and get things ready because the treaty negotiations, it looks like, are actually going to be held in the garden.
Wotaka-san.
Ah, Kakita-sama. And he bows deeply to you. How may I be of assistance?
I need to speak with you. Privately.
Of course. Of course. If you would like, your quarters have been refreshed. I can take you to them.
No. I wish to confer out here.
Very well. And he'll have a very curious look, but he won't say anything outwardly. He'll just kind of follow you wherever you take him.
I go somewhere secluded, like look for ninjas.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. It's Legend of Five Rings.
Yep. I'll peek open a bush. I'll look up at a tree. I'll speak with him, saying, "I have 2 very special packages that need to spend a night in the city, that no one can see, and they cannot be disturbed."
He kind of looks a little confused, and he says, Kakita-sama, may I speak openly?
Yes.
Is it your intent to throw these negotiations? Should I be
No.
concerned about these packages?
Should you be concerned? Yes. Do I intend to overthrow these negotiations? No. To be completely honest, they are Kappa. 2 baby Kappa, to be specific.
He just looks utterly shocked as you say that they're Kappa.
These these Kappa are of a religious nature to where the rice paddies are located. We have tracked part of the taint to this location and discovered some disturbing things. And we believe these two children, or baby Kappas, might be the key to dealing with the situation. Thus, they need to be protected. We would have dealt with them ourselves, but the time of the day dictates that we have other duties to attend. Thus, I can rely on very few people.
Go through the south gate. I know that you've been given a token. Show that to the guards. There'll be a granary. You may recognize it when you arrive. Place them inside the granary. There'll be a couple men standing by. Explain to them that Wotaka sent you, and they should provide you the assistance you're looking for.
Thank you very much.
He grabs your arm and then realizes the breach of etiquette that he just did.
I don't make any motion of it.
He lets go and he says, "We cannot feed them."
Nor can I.
Very well.
They will be gone in the morning. I will bow without saying any more, and I will leave.
Okay. After a few moments, Wotaka will kind of gather himself, and you'll hear him shouting at servants about setting out torches and things like that. Yeah. And you're able to head outside of the city. Going through the city is pretty uneventful. You will notice something on your way out, though. There are 4 crabs in full bore battle gear outside of the gates. There is a small tent that is set up right outside the castle gate, and the guards are like hassling them about camping in front of the castle when guests are arriving. And the crabs are giving them a stern, nope, not going, nope, not happening.
I look at the crab and I nod in approval, because that's all I got.
Yep.
You started this.
Go
ahead.
This crab family that's here is the Yasuki family that I was talking about last game. They are, like I mentioned, a lot leaner than what you'd expect from normal crab, but they are out here in full battle regalia.
I'm half surprised there's not like a siege weapon out there, just for the record.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that for now. They may or may not be smuggling something with them inside their tent. The most hilarious one is Yasuki Dai, who is the merchant that you met last game. He is out there with his full armor, like his family's armor, his Tetsubo, but now he has his clan flag strapped to his back. He is ready for battle. And again, this guy looks way too small to be wielding a Tetsubo of its size. He actually has one of the great Tetsubos that require a lot of strength to wield, just so you're aware as far as meta knowledge.
I approve.
Man.
So,
that's all it is man.
So yeah, you head through the city. It's, like I said, pretty uneventful.
Do they see me when I come by, for the record?
The crab? Yeah, they do, but they don't make any sort of sign or motion of it.
Okay.
Which is good, because you know that if they did, it would cause problems for you.
Yeah.
Another thing that you may notice, go ahead and give me an awareness check as you go through the city.
Okay. awareness die. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Jesus. 16 and 9. 16 and 9, 25.
Okay, perfect. So with the 25, you're going to notice that there's a charged, like, nature in the air right now. There's not a lot of people in the streets, but you can kind of feel like something's about to happen. It's kind of that powder keg effect. You know that something's about to go down, and it's going to be one of those things that if it happens for the bad, it's going to be really bad. That sort of thing usually falls over a city before treaty negotiations, but there's something almost unnatural or even supernatural about the way that the air feels around you right now.
Okay. I will put that in the back of my mind because I have an understanding of what's going to happen.
Okay.
And I will carry on to the gate as quickly as possible so that the whole party can deal with this instead of me just bumbling around.
Absolutely. So you guys actually were going to the south gate anyways, so you didn't have to like change and move gates or anything like that. It's pretty easy for you to be able to present that token. Once you get to the gate itself is...
I will do it so the rest of the compatriots there don't really know that I'm doing it. Like, I'll do it on the way out and tell them, hey, when I come back in, just let me and my friends through. That sort of thing.
Yeah. So when you approach this gate, the gate itself is actually quite nice. It is your traditional spirit gate kind of style of gate, but it actually has doors on the inside. And those doors have been freshly painted. You can smell that inside the air. The guards that are waiting there, you recognize them as Iron Fan members. Once you get there, there were two of the gentlemen that were actually in the granary with you when you first met. Mm-hmm. You'll start to bring it out, and one of them will know what you're breaking out because he was there, and he'll just nod to you before you even start unfolding it.
Okay. And then I will move past. I will nod to him and move past.
Okay. And your companions are outside of the gates. There are a couple merchants that have set up, and they're kind of packing up. You guys have just kind of been perusing the merchants that are outside of the city.
Sounds like a thing I would do.
Nothing really of interest, but you guys are just kind of killing time anyways as Kakita-sama arrives.
Mm.
Okay. As I approach everybody, it's taken care of. Let's go.
All right. I gesture to lead the way.
Sure. I'll look at everybody and be like, for the record, I'm not a scorpion, I promise. Or a spider. And then I'll head off.
Well, perhaps my perception of what those things are is different. You seem to be fitting a crane quite well.
Ah, excellent. I appreciate the compliment.
He just comes at that and just waits.
Spots will actually chuckle a little bit.
Okay.
Because
So,
it wasn't...
So this gate is kind of weird. You guys are all going to pick up on it. The guards will just kind of wave you through, not question you, not ask to see papers. They're just like, hey, come on in. They don't even really even look at you guys.
He did say he was going to get some help.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just I'm figuring it is probably part of the help. That's about
Alright.
it.
I head to the granary. I nod to the guards and head to the granary.
Absolutely. It's pretty much less than 100 feet past that gate is where that granary is. There are a couple guards that are outside, and these are your standard run-of-the-mill kind of guards that you would expect. Again, these are two of the guys that you recognize from your first time here. But they're just wearing just regular peasants' clothes and have yaris, and they're just standing in front of the granary like a normal guard would.
I'll smile to them and I'll motion to go in.
They're gonna look at you and say, "I'm sorry, sir, but the granary is not open for the public at the moment."
Sorry, friends. Here, I have something that might interest you. And I'll take something out of my pocket and covertly show the man.
Okay. That is quite a nice piece, sir. Unfortunately, as I said, the granary is off limits at the moment.
I was assured that the granary would be open to me.
And who gave you this assurance?
Do I recognize these as Iron fans, for sure?
Yeah, they absolutely are. They are playing dumb like champs. You remember that Wotaka specifically told you to tell them that you were sent by him.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure that these aren't ninjas, because, ninjas.
Fair enough.
And I was like, Wotaka-san...
Those are super not common, by the way.
Yeah.
They're totally common. You just don't.
Oh, that's what they want you to think.
As you remember, Cooney had an irrational fear of ninjas.
That is true.
Yes, he really did.
Especially after he met one.
That is true.
He was always worried that they were gonna get him in his sleep. Really.
So, because of that, I have decided to put an irrational fear of ninjas into this character.
Oh,
Fair enough.
This is not gonna go well then.
So, again, I will say that I will lean into the man and say, Wotaka sent me.
He says, very well. And he kind of looks around and he goes, let me escort you to the side entrance. And the one will walk you around to the side entrance, and he'll open it. And this is like down kind of an alleyway.
Yeah.
The other guy will stay at the post.
Okay. Well,
When you enter, there's a bunch of iron fans in there, like prepping war gear, sharpening spears, honing their fan techniques and stuff, and they all just kind of like stop and look at you as you come through the door because they weren't expecting anybody.
I go, hello. Fellows, you might want to wait outside.
The guard kind of pokes his head and he's like, "It's okay."
It's okay. We all friends now?
They go back to doing what they were doing. The guard will say, "Why has Wotaka sent you?"
Dietrich, please, the packages.
I look at you with a questioning look. Like if it. I
Grant
will.
seems completely unfazed by a questioning look.
Maybe you want to tell them what it is before you show them.
They already know. I have made arrangements with Wotaka-san for their safety. For the evening.
They didn't even know that you were coming.
It's kind of best that some people in the dark when making decisions, lest they jump to ill conclusions.
The guard goes, "I have no idea what you're talking about." What Wotaka sent you with some packages?
Yes, 2 of them.
Okay.
You're
I suppose you're just supposed to hold on to them for him?
For me, overnight.
Well, if Wotaka trusts you, go ahead, set them down. And he kind of like points into the granary, away from those that are working, preferably.
Yep.
That would be very preferable.
Please, Dietrich, the packages.
As I go over to put down the packages, I make sure that my gauntlet's on proper. I
Okay. You set them down, and the guard just looks over and he goes, "What has Wotaka gotten me into? You know what those are, right?
Yes.
they're babies. That's what they are.
I'm not feeding them."
It's one night.
Well, hopefully they can make it through the night because I am not letting blood for a monster.
That is fair.
That is the plan. If you need to kill one to feed the other.
Very well.
I look at the two Kappa. Which one seems? Then I look at Dietrich and I say, which one's the better one?
No.
All right. Kill that one to feed that one if necessary.
Most likely we will kill the louder of the two.
Fair. Understandable. Thank you.
Do Kappa even drink the blood of their own kind?
Nobody knows.
We don't know.
You want to take the time to figure it out, man. That's
Science.
So, yeah,
I'm a man of magics, not a man of science, okay?
the guard kind of reluctantly takes the Kappa from you and is like, "I hope they stay quiet because we can't afford people discovering us." And he's going to look at the rest of you and go, "I trust that you all saw nothing."
So what?
They saw nothing or they will die by my blade.
Very well. And he will escort you guys out of the building and out of the alleyway.
That was a good inspection of the grain, don't you agree?
Seemed of the most healthy sort.
I was worried at first, but now that I've seen it, I'm not going to have any problems with it now.
Not at all.
Grain
Tsubasa
has
looks
interesting
extremely
friends.
uncomfortable.
Very well. All right, so you guys are free to explore the city. Why don't you guys tell me what you are interested in doing, if you have anything you'd like to do?
Just for the record, I'm going to turn around and be like, so are there any questions for me before I go? Because I'm just expecting the party to be like, what the fuck? So.
Was I able to recognize who those guys were, or was it just a bunch of guys?
It was a
milling
bunch
about?
No.
Just a bunch of guys.
To be fair, Chris.
We didn't
you
see
did
war fans.
No, Chris, you did
Oh, no,
say
you
that they were
could tell that
practicing. Guys,
Yeah, you can tell that they were Iron
Okay.
fans, but you don't know who they personally were. No.
That's what I was asking. It's like,
he was
could I
asking
tell
if
they
he
were Iron
recognized
fans?
that they were Iron fans.
Are they planning something that we should be aware of tomorrow?
I'd rather not any surprises tomorrow if possible.
This is the look that you're getting from the crane.
Your quiet tone does not fit your talkative nature.
If we do our jobs properly, there will be no problem.
Great, that's all I
If
can
we
ask
fail,
for.
if we fail, the dishonor shall be ours and ours alone.
That's all the assurance I needed.
So no pressure.
And nothing more than
I
what was
thought the
already
dragons
given to
enjoyed
us.
pressure.
Under pressure.
Of a particular sort. More of an existential pressure which weighs on the mind and forces us to reflect upon ourselves. This is a bit different.
Marimoto-san, if I may confess,
Do so.
I've known about your family since I was little. Though you make judgments about me based on my family, I have been raised quite different. I thought that you should be aware that I prefer to not make judgments. And though I know of your clan and your family, I do not know of your lineage. I thought we should be clear on that. And then and then the crane will bow, and he will say, "I have other matters to attend to this evening to prepare for tomorrow. I'm sure you all do."
After he leaves, I'll turn to the rest. Remember when I said I was well out of my element?
Yes.
I think we should get some sleep. We have a long day ahead of us.
We also have dinner. It's
Yes.
only but the evening.
And I'm
Well,
sure
try
it'll
to
be-
hold yourselves, try to hold yourselves over for another night. Tomorrow night, you should be eating a fine meal in my household. I think we could all use it.
we can only hope.
Upon returning to the estate, do I have a message from my mother?
You did receive the message saying that she was accepting of the meal and that she would be ready for it, but you don't have any new news from her. No.
Oh, I didn't know I had already gotten that. Okay.
So, what is Dietrich going to be doing?
When is the evening meal?
You guys have gotten in town, and the evening meal would be served about now. However, you know that since your stay in Toshi Rambo, that within the castle walls, the evening meal is pretty much prepared when you ask for it. They have a official meal time in which the Lord Mayor Otomo comes forward and has a meal. But if you are not there and you ask for a meal later, they still provide it for you.
All right then. Then I don't have to worry. Then I am going out to get myself my own meal. I will
Okay.
find a restaurant.
Absolutely.
I will actually do the same, knowing that I don't have to be there.
I would extend my I would let the two who stayed behind with me, because the other one left, know that I would be finding my own sustenance. Hopefully none that is
Okay. Yeah. So, there's plenty of vendors within town for you to be able to find whatever you're looking for. So go ahead and tell me what is the meal of the day for Dietrich here. We'll let that kind of flavor your experience once we find out what you're interested in eating.
Oh my god. He's gonna try to find a nice homely meal. By homely, which I would believe would be exotic compared to everybody else, because where he comes from.
Okay, so you're looking for something that would be of interest for a Bat Clan member?
Something of taste of home, because of
Yeah.
all the bad food he's been dealing with.
So your clan, one of the things that you guys have is a lot of exotic plant life that's part of your meals and things like that. And you find this little restaurant that is called A Meal Under the Moon. It's a strange restaurant name, but when you enter, there's kind of a smell that you recognize as you're inside there. And it's not just the food that you smell and kind of recognize, because there's definitely the distinct pungent flavor or smells of like exotic fruits and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that you're picking up, it takes you a second to kind of recognize it, and it's the smell of a bat.
Like an actual bat in the air.
Like a bat. Yeah, an actual bat. Your clan is very commonly takes care of them and houses them inside their own households and things like that. And like where you're from, it would be commonplace to walk into a restaurant and they would have like rests along the rafters for the bats specifically. And now that you've smelled, you kind of look around and there are a couple bats that are in the rafters, which is very unique for somewhere so far from your home.
As I look up and I'm looking at the bats, I smile. Now, did you two join me at all?
I was going to suggest a place. After you walked off, I was going to suggest a place for me and Miyamoto.
That's fine. I just wanted to know that would change what I was gonna say. Okay. Then I'll look at the bats. I look up and I smile. And is there a host?
There's no host. There are some empty tables. It's not actually as like popular as a restaurant like this would be in your homeland. After a few moments, a young woman that's about the same age as you will actually come out of the back, and she'll take off an apron, and she'll kind of wipe her hands off on the apron right beforehand, and she'll come around, and she says, "Forgive me, I did not mean to make you wait. Please take a seat anywhere. We have a special this evening. I've got some fresh fruits in." And then she kind of pauses for a second, and she goes, "Excuse me, are you from the Bat Clan?"
And it's been what has it been, like a month or two?
Yeah,
Since I left
it's
home?
been a good month since you've been home.
It's been a month since I've left home. This
I-
is the first taste I've had of it in a while.
Well, then, please have a seat. I will let my sister know. She fell in love with your cooking. Her first husband was from the Bat Clan. This is her restaurant. I help where I can, and she takes you and she sits you kind of close to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And this table is a little bit different than the other tables. There's actually a perch at the table, and there's a curious little bat that when you sit down, it lands and kind of does that weird bat on the ground crawl thing to you,
Yeah.
and it's like checking you out while you're waiting. And then this woman comes out who's got this very dark curly hair that she has pulled up in kind of a messy bun. She's got a much dirtier apron on that she didn't bother taking off when she comes to the table. And she sees you and she goes, cousin. And she kind of bows politely and she says, I do not get many guests from your lands. Please feel free to critique my food. And she'll take out a plate like you haven't asked for anything, and what she presents to you are these. They're kind of it's kind of like a pastry,
Mhm.
but inside of it is usually like a fruit paste. And that's a kind of a common delicacy that you guys share usually with someone who's new inside your home. Like I said, this is again another thing that would be completely unheard of outside of your homelands. And she sets it and she says, "My name is Katina. Gaijin name, by the way."
Mhm.
And she says, "May I sit?"
Please, I'd welcome the company of of family.
She sits down and she'll take one of the pastries and she'll break it off, and you can see this bat who's kind of overweight is like eagerly excited that she has broken off a little piece, and it's like doing the little crawl over to her, like trying to grab this thing out of her hand.
Chris, your emotions about this crawling are just hilarious. Thank you.
So like the bat, like it reaches like its little paw up there, grabs a little bit of the fruit stuff, and just like takes it to its mouth real quick. And you see the bat do the little like rodent thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is all like commonplace for you. It feels like you're transported home almost. And Katina sits down and she kind of discusses current events with you. She asks you about how home is, and you find out that that her first husband was actually a Bat Clan member who, after you do some extrapolating, you recognize as the cousin to your daimyo. So she would have actually had a high rank within the city. It's odd that a woman of her stature would have actually taken a second wife. Usually they would stay within the clan that they married into, or taken a second husband, I should say.
Yeah.
So it's a little odd that she's married away, and she doesn't really bring up the second husband, but you know she's married because she refers to him as her first husband.
I don't. I'm not gonna be one to pry into this. how would I say this? I'll tell her what I think about the pastries. No matter what is the actual case, Chris, doesn't matter. I will
Mhm.
tell her that they're good.
Oh yeah, she's actually quite a good cook. Just in general, she you can tell that she is not like an expert by any stretch, but it is quite good and at home. So any sort of meal that's close to what you've had at home is just great for you at this point.
Yeah.
When she brings out the main course is actually it's like a barbecued pig. And she will pull it out, and the bat is not interested in that because it's a fruit bat. But around the pig, there's like pineapples and things like that, and you're gonna see this little fat bat crawl his way over and start picking up pineapples and stuff. And like I said, for you it's nothing, but for like anybody who would be seeing this scene, it's like, why are you letting this thing eat off your plate? She will.
You're
she
loving
will-
this Matt.
Yeah, the bat is like my favorite part about this scene. I had this restaurant planned for you guys. She will do something that's a little odd again for somebody who is not from your clan.
Yeah.
She will actually introduce the bats to you. The bats that she has are all males, and there's 3 of them. There's Abun, A-B-U-N, in case you want to know this stuff. Dayu, which is D-A-Y-U.
All right.
And then there's another one that's Horii, H-O-R-I-I. And she, as the meal kind of concludes and she's done doing kind of small talk with you, she will. I just read the comment from Brendan. So for anybody who's wondering why I'm laughing here, Brendan put a comment in here. Do you want Ebola? Because that's how you get Ebola. Jeremy's response was, "You leave my Ebola bat alone." But so you're able to kind of finish eating in peace and everything, and towards the end of the meal, she says, it's nice to see another Bat Clan member here. One of my customers, she used to come every Sunday for a family meal with us. I haven't seen her in a while.
Crap, I know I saved her name somewhere. I'm never gonna remember the damn name. I'm like, worst thing I'm bad with.
Let me find it inside the notes here, because I revealed a different Bat Clan member that I shouldn't have earlier.
Honestly, I don't remember the name either. Should probably write this down at one point in a place that I'll easily
Ronmaru.
find. Ron
Here we go.
Maru.
Komori Ronmaru.
That's fine. Yeah. It wouldn't happen to be Ronmaru.
She smiles very openly, and she goes, so familiar. Do you also have a crush on Our Lady Ronmaru?
I'll smile. I've never met, truth to be told.
Well, I can tell you she's quite the lovely lady. Her parents would be proud. She is a Shugenja of quite potent power, but beyond that, she is just a delight to have in the restaurant. She checks with the family and sees how we're doing, and like I said, she comes here every Sunday for a meal with us. Miss Ronmaru, or excuse me, Lady Ronmaru, she's a very beautiful woman as well. If you've come to court her, I wish you the best of luck. And she leans in, she goes, I know her favorite fruit is starfruit, by the way.
He'll
And she'll kind of lean back.
he'll
Everybody's favorite fruit is starfruit.
he'll give that
Everybody.
a bit of a chuckle. He's like he is a bit stumbled for words because he was not. This is not where the conversation he was planning to go for. Um,
In fact, the one who's probably most upset is one of our bat friends here, and she'll kind of hold out her hand and make some calls. And the one that she calls down is actually the first one that I introduced you to.
fat one.
Not the fat one. The fat one is actually Hori. The Abun is the one that she calls down. And she says Abun was her pet, but unfortunately, the Lord Otomo would not allow her to keep Abun inside the house, which is why he stays in the restaurant with me.
Can you tell me when the last time you saw her?
Of course. It's been about 2 weeks. She spoke of the trouble within the castle. However, the thing that she seemed most concerned about was she kind of looks around and the restaurant's empty, to be gone to just you. She still looks around and she kind of checks her windows and things like that. And she says, forgive my caution, but it would be quite rude to speak of such things. She was concerned with the health of the Lord Otomo.
I understand, as am I. Did she give you any details or anything that about, or did she seem in the least bit troubled by anything else other than that?
She seemed concerned about the ruins that they found an entrance to. I know that she being yes, there's recently been a bit of ruins for the old city that have been uncovered. Apparently, there's some sort of structure underneath there. She seemed to think that they may have the answer to allowing Lord Otomo to feel better. Since she left, however, it seems that the Lord has improved in health.
I see. You would think
I do wish that she would return, though. I am growing a bit worried. She's been very casual with you, and she hasn't really worried about keeping face.
Yeah, I haven't either.
She's effectively a lady. She comes from the same class of a social class as you do.
Yeah.
In fact, her running a restaurant is below her class. But you haven't pried too much as to why she chose to live this life like this.
It's a person's choice to live a life they want, in my head.
Mm-hmm. She seems genuinely concerned, however, when she's talking about Ranmaru and what's that she's been gone, and she's trying to follow etiquette because she knows she should.
Mm-hmm. I will tell her in a very casual tone, as if I'm speaking to a family member, and dropping a bit of etiquette myself. Know that if she is well, I will find her, as is the duty I was given. So at least keep that in your mind, so to help keep you peace.
Yes, I will inform my sister. I know she's concerned as well. I told Elmira to take the evening off, so it is just us inside here. You may speak as open as you wish. And she kind of gives you this look like, don't speak openly.
I. Hmm. I will
She
thank her for allowing me to be able to speak open, but it would be rude of me to do so. I must even if it's just us, I must still hold true to myself.
a noble decision. Before you go, I have something for you. If you see Lady Ron-Maru, I would like you to give her this. And she will go behind the counter and she'll fetch these. It's a pre-wrapped. It's kind of a wax paper,
Yeah.
but it's a fruit paste that's been preserved and things like that. It would be something that you would use for like a 2 or 3 day travel.
Yeah.
But it's also occasionally it's like what your people would use for beef jerky. It's a delicious treat and it's good for you on the trail kind of deal.
Yeah.
She'll say if you are able to find her, please give her this, and tell her to come visit. We miss her.
Do not worry. If I find her, I'll bring her myself.
Okay. During the time that she has called Abun down, Abun has, as most bats, taken a shining to you. Not as much as the fat bat who thinks you're going to feed it stuff again, because it's eyeballing the hell out of that little fruit paste.
It's a fat bat. It needs food.
Yeah.
You mean guano?
No, not guano.
Because Ace Ventura taught us that everybody enjoys guano.
Guano. Yeah.
Okay. She's going to begin kind of cleaning up around the restaurant, and she says, if you excuse me, I'm going to be shutting down for the evening, but you may stay until I am done.
I thank you for the evening, but I must get back to my duties right now. The meal was lovely. I'll be sure to stop by frequently.
Thank you. And she bows. And as she comes up from the bow, she kind of giggles and catches herself, because you haven't noticed it until she laughed about it. But Abun has attached himself to your belly.
I'll look down after she giggles, and like, I've always had an odd way with bats. And I will
He seems to like you. If you would like to take care of him, I'm sure he would enjoy the attention. It's been, like I said, about 2 weeks since his owner has come to see him.
If only I could take him with me for now. I will, just like Lady Ron-Maru, I am also staying at the Lord Governor's. And if he did not accept even her taking looking over Abun here, then I'm not sure he would look too favorably upon me. But to give him companionship, I could show up more often.
I'm sure he would enjoy that. And she'll kind of pick him up gently off of you and put him back on a little perch.
Well then, have a good night.
Yep. After you leave, you hear her kind of lock up and everything. Um, now that you've left the store, you can see why she was maybe a little bit more nervous and looking around. I mentioned it when Kikita was walking through town. You can feel this like unnatural charge to the air, like something is going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's kind of double back and go over to the sea and Miyamoto. What are you guys doing for this evening?
Well, to be honest, I probably would have went back to the tea house.
There's a hot geisha there.
Maybe. If, you know,
Well, there's always a hot geisha there, but there's a specific hot geisha there.
maybe. Possibly. I don't know.
Forgot about your little geisha friend. C would have invited you to one of his favorite holes in the wall in the city. He knows all the best places. But if you'd
You know
rather...
all the best places to get drunk.
This here is called mead.
To be honest, I think Miyamoto would politely turn you down and instead go to the tea house.
There's
Okay.
a hot girl there.
He'll look a little disappointed.
But women's.
Yeah.
But drinking.
So, you guys kind of go about your ways. Unfortunately, I have very limited stuff as far as like the other stuff on the town. So, I mean, it's a pretty uneventful night for you guys. As far as finding your geisha friend, she does appear to be working. However, she was not taking you as a customer for the evening.
Okay, that's fine.
You guys are able to secure meals and things like that when you head back to the castle. The only one we didn't talk about meals for is Kikita. Kikita, are you still fasting, or are you intending to eat a meal?
I'm not actually fasting. I told them that I was fasting, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So I will go to the mill again at dinner, and I will look at the type of meal that they serve. What do they serve this time?
Again, it's a meat and rice combo with some things that they probably shouldn't have as far as like the city being in the state of affairs that it is. They have some like rather lavish things as the side items for fruits and things like that. The meat that they serve this time is a deer meat, which is a little bit more common. Again, it's undercooked. And deer meat has a distinct smell if it's undercooked, and you can pretty much tell immediately that this is not fit for consumption.
Is Lord Onomo eating with us?
No, because you guys are arriving back a little bit later. Lord Otomo would have just finished his meal, and he's kind of getting things ready around the house for his guests. So he is around if you'd like to speak with him.
Not yet. Is the Shugenja there?
Yes.
Are the Emerald Magistrates there?
The
Or Jade
twins are
Magistrates, what
there.
they're called?
Yes,
Okay.
they are Emerald Magistrates officially, though you have begun to suspect that the two Shugenjas might be Jade Magistrates.
I will speak to them.
Yeah, the twins are there, and they are not eating. The first night they ate a little bit of everything, and then the second night they only ate the rice. Tonight they pretty much sat down. They did not eat anything or ask for it. The servants just simply brought it out, and they have a map at the table, and they've just kind of pushed aside the food.
I'll come over and bow and wait for them to acknowledge me.
Okay. The male will actually acknowledge you first, and then Akiko will look up and she will notice you, and she will say, Kakita-sama, forgive us. We did not mean to make you wait. And she'll start rolling up the map. You had time to look at what the map is beforehand, or as they were looking, and your steel glances at it, you've realized that it is a map of Toshi Rambo, and that there are some areas that are circled. One of which is the granary.
Okay. I'll Sorry, I'm having a problem with people keep getting robot-y. I will ask for an audience privately.
Of course. I do not believe anyone's in the shrine. We could use that for this. She kind of stops for a second. She goes, "Do you wish to speak with both of us?"
Yes.
Very well. And she'll get up. Well, actually, her brother will get up first, and then assist her in getting up. And then Akiko will kind of lead the way. And just like every time except for that one time, the brother is pretty much silent the whole time. When you arrive to the shrine, she closes the door, and there's a servant that kind of tends to the shrine. She pretty much dismisses that servant and tells him that
Get the fuck out.
that she will retrieve him when they are done.
Okay.
Once she's inside, she lights a couple incense, says a quick prayer over the water shrine, and then she turns to you and says, "We should not be bothered now."
I assume via a magical effect.
Yes. Anyone that is outside these walls cannot hear us.
The Iron Fans are preparing for battle.
We were made aware. Do you know against who?
Yes, but I cannot say. The
Our
goal is that, or the hope is that the peace talks go well enough that they do not need battle.
Daidoji-sama is hard pressed to believe that they have good intentions. He believes that they are the ones behind this rumored coup. He wants to quell it before it goes any further.
Rumored coup?
Yes, it's rumored that the people are growing restless and that they are wishing to overthrow Lord Otomo. So far, investigation has shown some promise, but not enough to convict him. If we could
That
find
may have to do with the
something
taint.
further.
That may have to do with the taint of the rice patties.
Taint of the rice patties. You
Yes.
said you were going to investigate them, but we had not heard of your findings.
Well, we just returned mere hours ago. I looked for you and your brother, but were unable to find you. The rice patties are tainted, as well as a tainted kappa that we found, trying to taint 2 babies.
That's impossible. Kappa cannot become tainted.
We fought a tainted kappa that was attempting to taint 2 kappa babies.
The brother kind of looks at you, and he narrows his eyes for just a moment, and he looks at her and nods once. She goes, "Okay, I believe you, but what's most troubling, those creatures shouldn't become tainted."
That's what I said when I saw it. I disbelieved it. However, the people of the village where the rice patties are indeed tainted, outside of Toshi Rambo, they believe that the Kappa come and bless the lands for their harvest, and it gives them a better harvest than should for that size of land. And after reviewing their farming records and their engineering, and speaking with the spirits, it is hard to disagree with them. they produce far more than they should. Their engineering is average. And as far as the spirits are concerned, there was an evil spirit that needed to be, or an evil water spirit that needed to be banished, and a earth spirit that needed to be, or that was starting to become tainted. He was disgruntled. Not to mention the earth spirit telling me that the other Kappa may also become being tainted further up the river.
That unfortunately doesn't prove anything about Lord Otomo. He may simply be someone who's affected by this, not necessarily be the cause of it.
I agree. But I figured I would come to you before the peace talks tomorrow, because if he is tainted, obviously he'll be wanting less peace and more death.
We have finally we have finally got him to agree to be tested. If you would like to attend as a representative of the Cooney household, we can arrange that. He's put it off as much as he could, but he's out of excuses now.
When will the test take place?
Before the peace treaty. It is our belief that if he should be tainted, no matter what degree of taint, that he will be removed from his position.
As a representative of the Cooney in this matter, I have warriors standing by if he is tainted, or if there is a Maho user in the area.
So you're responsible for the Yusuke.
Those warriors are also ready in case there is a shapeshifter.
Do you have reason to believe that there'd be a shapeshifter here?
When the taint is this wide and this large, and it is tainting Emerald Magistrates, Jade Magistrates, Shikin, townspeople, and Kappa, the possibility of Shadowlands creatures only grows. Maho alone would scarcely give us this answer. And a Shadowlands creature would have been, well, a normal Shadowlands creature spreading this taint would have been far more known before now. A shapeshifter seems the most likely.
Of course. Our only concern is that there's a man behind it. That could be far more potent than a shapeshifter, and far harder to find.
I agree.
I hope it is as simple as it appears, and that she kind of pauses for a second, and then she kind of remembers that she's got the spell up. That Lord Otomo is the head of the snake, if you will.
I have a feeling that he is not, but I cannot be certain. The reason that I wanted to speak to you and your brother tonight, now, is that my group and I need to head to the to where the water capper are. And traveling at night would have been dangerous. Your talents, and those of your compatriots, will prove very useful as we try to get down this. I believe that we should join forces. In the name of peace, of course.
Very well. When do you want to set out to do this?
Now.
This evening?
No. Now.
You are aware.
2 Kappa within the city limits. They cannot stay here forever. If they get hungry, they will be killed.
You are aware of the danger. If there is as much taint as we suspect, travel at night could be a death sentence.
This is why I did not want to bring inexperienced Compatriots, as a person that is trained with the Kuni, I am willing and ready to give my life for the Empire to protect it. They, however, have not seen those horrors as I have. They are not ready for it. I assume that you have been trained to fight those horrors as well.
Yes. I believe that Daidoji-sama is not fit enough for this travel.
He is going through the early process of taint.
He is.
Does he have the tea?
He does, but we've been watching him, and his condition's only worsened since he's gotten here. His taint is my fault. He attempted to save me during a mission previously, and for that he became slightly tainted. Since arriving, it's only gotten worse.
Leaving Daidoji-san unattended, however, could be worse if he was to find out who was involved. The taint may spread and find new friends.
Of course.
Do you have somebody that can stay here and watch him?
Yes. She will.
If not, I
Let's
know
see if I
some
wrote it
people.
down.
If not, I know some people he could stay with. My head motions to where the crab are outside the wall.
That would probably be best.
To stay with the crab?
Well, they are on watch for such things.
They are.
He
Very
knows
well.
his duty, and they know theirs. Should it become so bad, or so poor for him, I should say, that
They will provide him a very good and honorable end.
that is our hope.
I will inform them, gather the rest of my compatriots. I'll meet you outside of the south wall, and I'm waiting for them to give me a time.
She goes, we shall be ready within a half hour.
Very well. I will endeavor to find them quickly.
Okay. As you kind of start to get ready to leave, she'll walk over to the incense and she'll snap it in half, and your ears will pop, and you'll suddenly start to be able to hear things like crickets and things like that you weren't hearing before. And it was something that you just didn't notice when she threw up the spell.
Okay. I will bow to her and her brother and say, thank you for leading me in prayers. It was an honor to be led by such powerful Shugenja.
They bow to you, and as you leave, you hear Akiko call for the servant. Akoto will actually arrive before Akiko at the gate, and he will be there patiently waiting. He has a couple scrolls that have been attached to his thighs, and he's wearing the newer style of kimono with the pants rather than the traditional style.
Who is this? The male?
The male. Yep.
All right. I endeavor to find my party post haste after notifying the crowd they will be watching.
Oh, okay. You are taking them. I thought you were ditching them again.
No, I'm taking them.
All right. So yeah, you go to find them.
I may be a scorpion, maybe.
So,
I am still trying to be party friendly. I'm not actually a scorpion.
no, I know. So yeah, you this is about the time that you guys arrive back at the castle, and as you guys are kind of settling in for the evening and kind of chit chatting with each other, that's when Kakita will show up.
My chair has been there all day, just for the record. So I will come in and I will ask everybody to get ready. There has been a development. We need to move out quickly. And I will start applying face paint.
What kind of development?
My contacts have informed me of some new information. We must act quickly on this.
All right. Yeah, Miyamoto will suit up.
Okay.
Where are we going?
That is not your concern at the moment. Shit. The arrogance of the crane is going to come out. I apologize. That is not your concern at the moment, Sikun. You are to get ready and be ready to move out in a moment's notice.
He'll do so.
I apologize, by the way, but the arrogance has to eventually come out occasionally. All right. So as soon as I'm done painting my face, Chris, I'm going to look at them, make sure they're ready, and I'm going to head out with my chair.
I just wanted to say something while you're getting ready.
What's that?
Is this a concern of Shiken?
This is a concern of everybody, as evidenced by our travel companions.
I say that because there is one of us missing, then.
He has other jobs to do. I am sure of it. He will be busy tonight.
I'm hoping you know who I'm talking about.
The lion.
Yes.
Yeah. Out of game, I know. Out of game, I also know some other things that he's busy getting ready for battle.
Yeah. This is why he was mentioning him in the first place.
Yeah. No, I mean he'll just
no. Out of game, I was saying that because he was trying to figure out the intentions of what this might have been. And that confirmed his what he was thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
So awesome. Because that'd be the only reason why he wouldn't even try to look for him.
Yeah.
If it was that's why if it wasn't the Shiken. All right.
What's the matter, Chris?
Then I will definitely get ready.
I just realized I have to let you roll on something here in a second.
Okay, what is it?
All right, so you guys are all getting ready, and you go out to the courtyard. I need a awareness check.
Oh, this is
from Kakita-sama.
Is this an important awareness check that I should roll dice with it?
This is an important awareness check. If you would like to.
I was gonna say it sounded very important.
I can spend void to get free raises, right?
You absolutely can.
Do I have to announce that I want raises before I roll?
You do, actually.
You always have to announce a raise.
Right,
And you have to tell me how many raises you would like. The more raises you do, the better information I give you.
Hold on, I thought if you spend void to get free raises, you still have to announce it.
Well, yeah, you just announce
Yes.
I want one, and then you get it automatically.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
I want one, and I got it automatically because I spent void.
Okay.
Let me take out the good die here.
So you would like a total of one raise, or are you going to go for higher amounts? Because if you spend a void, you're getting that raise guaranteed. So, I mean, it wouldn't be too hard for you to go ahead
two
and
then.
do, like, 2. Exactly.
30.
Perfect. Okay.
I got double 10s and then double 5s.
Perfect. All right, so with your 2 raises, you will know this. Let's start with the basic information. The air has changed. Instead of feeling charged, it feels fluid, like your heart races a little bit. With your raised information, there are people in the courtyard that do not belong. With your second raise of information, there's one in particular that catches your eye. He's delivering a letter to Lord Otomo.
Fucking thing is weird.
Oh, son of a bitch. I have a question for you, because this is going to come out. I know how it is on the wall, and you're taught, like, sign language on the wall to move out in different locations quietly.
Yeah.
I know that that's a samurai/military thing. Is that something that I should expect all of these 3 samurai to know as well?
So there are certain ones that you know are particular to the wall that they probably would not know, but you know that every samurai has learned to hunt and knows how to understands like the common hand signals.
Yeah.
So you could do those, but like the hand signal for 5 Oni coming from this direction, they're not going to get that shit.
Yeah. All right. So.
There's also a special hand sign that means shapeshifter, but you don't think they're going to know that either.
Yeah. So I put my hand on my wakizashi, which Miyamoto will know is a. It's like he's getting ready to draw it in an Ayajitsu form, because he's Miyamoto and the Kakita and the Miyamoto have a problem with sword schools, and so you're going to notice that, and then his other hand is going to move out, and he's telling you to move in a direction to flank people, and he's telling C and the bat to move in another direction and flank from another side.
All right.
And then he's going to start moving forward rapidly.
Okay. So, yeah. So you begin kind of moving around the courtyard. Akudo is actually at the gate, like I said, with his scroll strapped to him. And Akiko will actually be arriving as you guys are kind of fanning around the courtyard here. She has a almost oversized scroll on her back. Not like comically Naruto-style oversized scroll, but like, it's a pretty big scroll.
That's where I went.
You know as a Shugenja that there's kind of 2 schools of thought carrying multiple scrolls or one big-ass scroll that has a lot of shit on it. She's probably going that direction.
Yeah.
They have arrived, and their dragon friend has also arrived there. But they see you guys start fanning around, and they look a little concerned, and the brother Akoto is actually the first on it, and you can see that he goes to the gate, and he starts holding his hands as he's like ready to go ahead and start casting. So he's just standing in front of the gate like I am a wall, get past me if you can kind of deal.
Okay. Did I assume he caught my hand signals then?
You can assume that, but you don't have a way to know for sure.
Okay. How does the party react to this? Because I didn't wait for them to go. He just gave the hand signals and started moving.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you right now, I learned to be on a ship where you follow a command. Since you did that, he just instinctively followed it.
Mm-hmm.
I would follow it, but I also like to make my own awareness to see what's going on, to see what he's
You
talking
absolutely
about.
can.
I was
I've got
gonna
a
do so
ninja
after I
paranoid
followed it.
player here, so I had to give him one that was special.
Who? What? Where? What's going on?
Because my sensei was paranoid about ninjas,
Damn ninjas always trying to, sneak up on you and kill you.
especially when you're old.
Yeah, I will say this, he probably got even more paranoid as he got old. Like, the point where it's like, all the conversations would always lead back, if you let him go on long enough, he'd always lead around to going to saying, a ninja did it. Or
I got
ninja,
20.
20? Okay. You didn't ask for any raises, so you will notice the change in the atmosphere. Like I said, it felt very charged in the city. Now it feels fluid. Like you can feel your heart racing right now. Like you know that something has changed.
Hmm. All right.
And C, what would you like to do?
I'll just freeze in place for a moment. Like, what? And I guess I'll try my own.
You're a non-fighter, man.
Exactly.
You
I'm
know
going
what
to
to do.
try my own quick perception as I fall after Kaji.
Absolutely.
That-
So
That's the direction you told me to go on, right? Was with Miyamoto? Okay.
So real quick before we get too much further, because this is a quasi-combat type thing, I do need to know your stances. Let's go ahead and start with Brendan. What stance would you like to take? There's attack, defense, full defense, and then center as well.
Yeah, full defense is off your earth ring and defense is off your air ring, right? I think, or something like that.
Well, they're based on the rings, but they don't actually
So
have
full-
any relation to them.
So defense is your defense rank plus air ring, and then your full defense would be defense. It's a roll check basically. Defense defense reflexes keep reflexes divided by 2 plus your target number. So you stand a chance of getting even higher if you go full defense, but you won't be able to really do anything except defend.
Full defense.
Okay. You can roll your reflexes plus defense, keep your reflexes, and then add that or divide that number by 2 and add it to your target number to be
1
hit.
second here. Okay. So my defense, that's 2, plus my reflexes is another 2, so I'm rolling 4 dice?
4 dice, keep 2.
Okay. $17. Alright. Oh, nope, I had an explosion, so let me roll another one.
It should count your explosion in there. No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Huh.
20.
All right, so perfect.
Or
That's
rather,
going to be divided by 2.
2, yeah. So 11.
11 plus your target number, so that's how defensive you are right now, which makes you kind of a wall, to be honest. But, anyways.
I don't want to die.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. For Kamori Dietrich, what stance are you to be taking?
Well, I'm going to stay in the attack stance.
Perfect. No changes for you.
Nope. Until I know what's going on, full attack will not be a stance for me.
Mm-hmm. And then for Kikita-sama?
I have not taken a stance because my chair is not out yet.
Okay.
He is not taking chair
So
stance.
effectively you are in attack, just so
Yeah.
we're
That's
clear.
that's base stance.
Uh-huh. And Miyamoto.
Attack.
Okay, perfect. So you guys are going to kind of start fanning out per instructions from Kikita. Kikita, you're kind of leading this one, so let's hear what's going on.
So I'm going to move up to the person that is really not supposed to be there, which is the guy handing the letter, right?
Yeah, he's the one that feels most out of place.
Okay. I'll move up to him, and
Okay.
I will. My hand is on the hill of the scabbard of my wakizashi, and I will say, "What is it you require here?"
He sees you, and he is dressed as a commoner, and he kneels down and says, "Forgive me, forgive me. I only deliver a message."
I'll look at the message.
You'd have to take it from Lord Otomo's hands.
Lord Otomo, may I please see that? This person seems very out of place.
He says, "This is correspondence. Let me see this." And he'll open it up and look at it, and he'll turn it around, and as you see it turned around, it's just a blank sheet of paper. He's like, "What is the meaning of this?"
Speak.
Forgive me. I just delivered the message. I don't know.
Who gave you this message?
A man from the Imperial Legion.
What was his name?
I do not know. I'm a courier.
Then you are of no use to me, and I cut his head off.
Okay. You go to cut his head, and he pulls out a ninja toe and deflects.
Ninjas.
He's like now doing this like crouch stance, and he like looks around, realizes the jig is up, throws down a smoke bomb, and he's trying to make his escape.
Can I?
This is all because you hate ninjas.
Chris, can I roll an investigation? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I'm trying to
catches you
follow
so
him.
far off guard that you're like, holy shit, it is a ninja. That he's able to slip away, so you guys can investigate and figure out what's going on with him.
I'm trying to
or
figure out
whatever
where
else
he
you wanna
went,
Yeah, okay.
because that's where my specialty lies in. I don't know anybody else, but that's what I'm good at. So I'm gonna try to follow him.
Okay.
See, wait until Murdoch realizes Komuri's goal in life is actually to become a ninja, because it'll help.
You must find a ninja to be a ninja.
Trying to.
Become a hunter, Nin.
Wait for me. Teach me your ways.
And I'm gonna do this with a free raise. With a raise. Sorry, not a free raise.
Mhm.
A raise. Sorry, I
Okay.
can't even say it right anymore.
No problem.
Fucking. Alright,
The same thing happened to Cooney! He was right, ninjas are everywhere!
There's at least one ninja. Yes.
Yeah,
No.
and he's everywhere.
Yeah,
And
everywhere.
And on the bright side, you know that ninjas lie all the time, so you can't trust anything that he told you when he was talking to you.
That's a 37, Chris.
37. Crap, you did find him. He went
I'm
up
sorry?
into the
It's
trees
like-
and
it's-
he went up into the trees and you quickly kind of scan and you're like, this is the most logical path he would have followed. And then you see him running across from building and then or from the wall and he jumps over to another building. He is booking it as quick as he can.
I'm gonna try
to
to
the
follow
gates.
him. You guys are just gonna see me run off.
I just imagine one of those pictures on the internet that says just a picture with no one in it, just like a bunch of trees or something. It's like,
Mhm.
there are 5 ninjas hiding in this picture. Can you find them?
I,
You just found
I did find them.
Yeah.
At least one of them.
So yeah, you with your role, you're able to kind of chase him down. It is going to be a little bit of a chase scene, so let's go ahead and have some fun stuff here. So you get to move as far as your water ring. However, you can actually do a run, which is going to be a roll keep water, and then it's going to add that to your normal. He's also doing that for his
I
run.
am totally gonna be running. So roll keep water.
Mm-hmm.
He probably has a better water ring than me, but you know, whatever. Oof.
Sorry, no, excuse me. The run is, let's see here. Actually, it's 20 times water. No rolls required.
All right. I move 40.
You're actually going to. Are you staying on the ground, or are you trying to go roof to roof like him?
I'm probably not as confident with it as much, but if I see him trying to utilize the terrain to his advantage, I will try to join him.
Okay. So you're both equally at disadvantage. He can't run his full pace going across the rooftops, and you're able to keep up with him a little bit better by going on the ground than you probably would if you were going roof to roof.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't have
and-
that skill yet.
And eventually he gets out to a courtyard, and there are no more rooftops for him to get to. He has to shoot across this courtyard to get to the gate. And you've arrived there just a little bit before him, and he'll hit the ground and realize kind of this is it. He's got to fight kind of deal. He will look at you, pull a mask out, and put it over his face, and he'll take stance.
I will. I'll pull out my commas.
Okay? We're going to roll for initiative. That is your reflexes plus insight. You get to keep reflexes.
All right. Which is.
Jeremy's gonna die.
I'm probably gonna die. That's like.
He's a low rank.
Just so everybody knows on this channel, my characters almost always die for some weird reason. They hate.
Welcome to the club, Chris. The club of killing Jeremy's characters
It's-
relentlessly.
To be
Hey,
fair,
he's actually one of the ones who doesn't kill my characters that often.
to be fair, a lot of the time it isn't just for no reason. Or should I point out Bojan?
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Anyways,
I knew
need
what I was
your
getting
initiative.
into with that.
Anyways, I need your initiative.
That's 18.
18, perfect. You will actually tie with him. So what is your water ring? Or sorry, your reflexes, rather.
My reflexes is 3.
3. Okay. That is also a tie. So let's see here. What is your insight?
My insight is rank 1. Or
Rank
my
one.
insight actual number.
Yeah, your insight number.
The number is 124.
Or sorry, not. Yeah,
rank is
actually,
what?
it is the number because you both have the same rank. Yeah, you're gonna go first.
Yeah, I'm better than him!
Just barely.
Hey,
All right, it is your
better
turn.
still better.
What stance are you taking? I assume it's just an attack, or are you going full attack?
I don't know what to do with a ninja, so I'm not gonna go full attack.
Okay.
I'm not. Hey, I'm not that confident in myself against him. So I'm gonna attack, and I am. As you can see, I did not use my gauntlet because I actually need to fight for real right here. So I'm going to go at him and strike at him.
Okay.
The goal
You
is.
can tell looking at him he's taking a defensive stance.
Mhm. I am trying not to go for vitals, but I am trying to weaken him. I would like to capture him is my goal.
Okay. I am aware of your point here. That's cool. Go ahead and take your turn.
All right. Just let me bring something up because I forgot because I did not know. I didn't think I was gonna get to fight right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to check your cheat sheets inside there, there is a thing that
It's
says
actually
combat
specifically
rolls.
for my class.
Oh, perfect.
Class stuff. I need to reconfirm with in my head. Like I know you said we were gonna fight today, but I was not expecting like. I expected to be in a group fight where I could practice my gauntlet, not utilize my actual class skills.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to warn you guys because there's like 3 optional combats, and I knew you guys were gonna at least come across one of them.
Crap.
Chuck your gauntlet on him. He won't see it coming.
If it was any random guy just fighting on my own, sure, I wouldn't be a problem. It's the fact that ninjas are ninjas. I can't take them lightly. They're ninjas. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I can't wait till this is over and the party's just like, how did you know?
Murdoch, you should know. You guys know that ninjas are a rare thing, or completely believed to not be a real thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know what to expect, so I have to fight them in a more.
As far as you're concerned,
manner.
a ninja is like a mythical creature, like far rarer than the kappa that you guys are like rearing in a grain barn right now.
All right. I'm just trying to make sure. You said we're fighting on a courtyard.
It is kind of an open courtyard, yeah.
Okay. Damn, one of the few times I could have used my first rank of fighting on uneven and badly footholded areas. I could
That
have
could have
fought
worked on the roof.
I know. I just realized that. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna strike at him. Crap. How many raises is it to utilize my Segner weapon? Do you remember that?
To attack with your second weapon,
That's
Yeah.
like 5,
it's 5 unless your school changes that.
and you're limited by your void ring and number of races.
No, the only thing my school does is allow me to take a kanji later on,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the same thing that Tom can take.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Okay, now I'll just attack him with 1 comma for now.
Okay.
So,
So for your attack roll, that is agility plus the skill. Keep agility versus his target number.
$31.
31. All right. So you are gonna hit. So go ahead and do damage.
Okay. 18 damage.
All right. Perfect. Okay.
Just so you know, I still use my gauntlet in my other hand though.
Okay.
Just so you're aware of what how I'm actually attacking with.
Yeah, absolutely. So what does your attack look like? It's out of the way.
Well, when I charge with my gauntlet as a shield in my hand, and I come striking, and I come with like essentially I'm hiding the fact that I'm attacking with my comma. Then at the last second I attack with I strike. It's more of just because I don't know what to expect, so I'm trying to protect myself as I'm coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you've pulled up the cheat sheet. There is a section on what you can do with raises. If you'd like to do it another time, do a feint action. You can actually do that inside here too.
I actually have to go to Roll20 to do that shit. I didn't actually have Roll20 up.
Yeah.
Because the cheat sheet's there, and I don't remember the shit off the top of my head.
I opened it inside the hangout for you as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, just so I can get that up. But yeah, for now, that's what I'm gonna do, just because I already rolled it.
Perfect.
I'll look at the faintness while you're continuing.
So yeah, so he goes to kind of deflect you, and he actually tries to deflect the gauntlet because he thinks you're coming in to punch, and he kind of goes for the wrong thing, and you're able to kind of catch in and dig that comma right into his shoulder, and kind of pull back and actually rake across those back muscles on him.
That's the goal.
He's going to avoid making any sort of noise because he's been trained to do so, but you can tell that that was a pretty brutal hit.
Yeah.
He's actually going to go in after you, and what is your target number?
My TN should be my armor TN
Mm-hmm.
is 25.
25? Okay. All right, so he is going to do that, and
Like him, I'm
Roll
actually armored. And I was still able to keep up with him. Bitches.
all right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he rolled like a champ, which is awesome because he actually,
You doubled my TN!
yeah, and
Jesus Christ.
the best part is he's calling raises as well.
Oh my god.
So he goes in to strike at you, and he brings his sword level, and he goes in to lunge towards your face, and you start to kind of lean out of the way, and before you know it, he's twisted over the sword, and it releases a gas in your face. He's
See?
poisoned you, bro.
Fucking ninjas.
I need an earth ring save from you.
Was this roll keep earth?
Uh-huh.
20?
20. Okay. Unfortunately, that is not enough. The poison that he sprayed at you is going to, this round, blind you,
Okay.
and it gets more complicated after this. And that is what he is doing for this round. So your vision kind of turns red and then like blackens out, and your eyes just sting and hurt like hell.
He just fucking pepper sprayed me, didn't he?
Kind of. It gets worse.
He tased you, bro.
Don't take me, bro.
You can hear him moving around you, but you are not trained to fight blind, so this is actually quite hard. If you would like to continue fighting, it is a -3, keep 3 for ranged attacks, -1, keep 1 for melee attacks.
I will go defensive, not full defensive, defensive,
Okay.
and I will try to hit him
Okay.
while in defensive stand.
So you're going to -1 from both the keep and roll for your attack.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't stand the defense stance also?
It does not change your amount of dice to roll.
Okay, good. As long as that's the case. So I just -1 dice from each. Okay.
Mhm.
So 5 3s, 4 2. That's a 25 to hit.
Okay.
I'm not calling a raise because I don't want to try right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you slash and you don't feel it connect at all.
Nope. I know I don't. I will call him a coward.
He will say nothing to you.
Using such tactics.
He will. You will feel the steel come across your neck, and for what the camera sees is he's actually kind of danced around you, lined up the ninja toe, and he's slashing at your neck to finish you. Let's do some damage real quick here.
You're dead, bro.
There is a chance.
Roll a new character, Jeremy.
It's a good thing I already know what character I was going to play next, but that's not the point. This character he was starting to be fleshed out, man.
Hold on.
Good to kill him now, so you don't have to worry about fleshing his ass out.
That's something. It was already fleshed out, man.
34 points of damage.
Wait a second.
I also need another Earth Ring save.
I'll roll that first. That's not bad.
I was going to say, you should have more than 30-something hit points.
I have... How much damage was it?
34.
My out is at 38.
Okay.
Oh,
Remember
Jesus,
your armor.
really?
Remember your armor can absorb some of that.
Yeah, my reduction is 3. So it's -3, so it's 31.
Yeah, I mean, he rolled really well, to be honest. But
That means I'm crippled.
you,
Wow.
34 would have been down for me.
yep.
57 is down for me.
I have a
you
Earth
dropped?
2.
You dropped to the ground. What was your Earth save, by the way?
23.
23. You are unconscious? I told you this poison gets worse.
I mean, I'm dead now. I know I am.
He is going to leave you to bleed to death in the streets, because usually the poison and the quick kill move there will do it. I'm going to say C is probably going to be the one that chases you down.
Well, you should leave that up to the player.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, honestly,
Is anybody going to chase after him?
I
Because
did
he's
specifically
like,
say,
I got this.
I didn't say anything. I did specifically say that you guys should have noticed that I looked somewhere and then I just ran.
As soon as he starts running, I mean, I'm going to be like, Mariboto, go! And then I'm going to see. We need to gather up, and then I'll point out the people that don't belong here.
Okay.
All right.
So you start shutting down the palace and gathering up everybody who you identify as don't belong. Miramoto, you're going to follow. You're slower in your armor because it's a little heavier than what Komori wears. And when you get to the courtyard, Komori is laying in a pool of blood, unconscious, and looks like his eyes are all festered, and the ninja's gone.
Well, fuck.
since you are here, you can see some of the next effect that the poison has. He is bleeding really bad. Like, it keeps flowing, and it probably should have stopped by now.
You motherfucker!
Okay. Shit.
He actually uses 2 poisons. The one to blind you, which was a twist of his sword, and then his sword is actually coated in a different poison. It's an anticoagulant.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't have any first aid powers.
You do not, but you do know how to heal a wound in the field, which is probably the worst way to heal a wound in the field. You put dirt in that.
Well, gonna fall back in training. Shuffle. Dirt. Mason,
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to stop
So
the bleeding anyway.
Yeah, you pack dirt in there, and it kind of makes like this blood mud thing, and starts sealing the wound around his neck. It's good that you arrived, because he probably would have died had you not.
We'll need to go see the Serpnevlin penicillin.
For those of you inside the palace gathering up people who don't belong, as you are starting to look around at the people that have been gathered up, you're going to notice that the people who don't belong that you find are some of them you recognize right away are Iron Fan members that are posing as guards. Others you don't recognize because you haven't met every member of the Iron Fans, but
Yep.
it's kind of safe to assume that they're all probably Iron Fans.
Who is trying to assassinate Lord Otomo?
Are you asking them that?
Yeah.
They look confused and they say, I do not know who would conduct such an egregious crime.
Who is around us right now?
You have the ones that you've identified as actual palace guards. The Emerald Magistrates are here. C and yourself are here. Lord Otomo is here, holding the blank sheet of paper. And that is pretty much it for the courtyard.
Does anybody else look surprised? Like, what's the reaction of people to everything that just happened?
The guards kind of reacted quickly, and they gathered up everybody that you were like, that one, and they like pushed them to the ground and everything and gathered them down. But like the guards don't really know what's going on, and then you're like, who? When you said who's trying to assassinate the Lord Otomo, like the guards like look around and stuff, and like they start putting spears down again because like they were kind of eased up a little bit. And Lord Otomo is going to be a noble, and he's going to be like, oh my, and kind of freak out about the whole thing. The people who are lined up, they're all going to look really confused and not know what's going on either. Generally when the smoke bomb went off and that guy jumped away, that ninja, let's be real transparent here. They looked just as surprised as you did. Well, I should say your companions. You were expecting a ninja.
Okay. I will. Yes, I was expecting a ninja. I will question them, and then realizing they're part of the Iron Fans, I'll just kind of assume they're getting in position in case things don't work out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a way to covertly ask that question?
No.
Okay.
Not in the situation you're in right now.
I'll ask the guards to give me that one, one of them that I know is an Iron Fan.
Okay. Yeah, you they bring forward this guy, and you recognize him as one of the ones that was in the granary. And he bows to you. He says, "My lord, I'm sorry. You must not have been made aware. Myself and my allies, we were hired on as extra guards for tomorrow's treaty."
Very well. Come and talk with me about this. Guards, hold them there for the moment.
Okay. He goes with you. The most secure place that you've figured out so far is the shrine, really, to be honest.
Okay. I'll pull out the little token that I've got and be like, were you guys just getting in position for tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to be sure it goes through. We
And
mean
the
no
ninja?
disrespect.
One of yours?
I have no idea who that was.
Truly?
Truly, we employ no ninja.
Very well. I see no reason to interfere with your goals.
Until today, I didn't know that they even existed.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this off as I just didn't know, combined with the ninja problem that we just had. We put it together. You guys were out of place because you were new and stunned. We talked about it. You cleared it up. It's over, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll bow to him.
He bows as well, and then he'll hold open the door for you.
Okay. I'll walk out, assuming he's going to put a knife in my back.
Okay. He does no such thing.
Okay. All right. I will explain to them what I just explained to this fool. That I recognize the threat of the ninja, and not seeing these faces before, assumed they were with the ninja.
Lord Otomo goes, ninjas in my household, and he starts fanning himself with a paper. I can't believe it. Such ill fortune. Perhaps the treaty tomorrow, we shouldn't go through with it. He may have been trying to see what the guards were like. I mean, he didn't give me of anything of value, and he starts to kind of like waver, and you can see him waving the paper at his face.
Ah, son of a bitch!
I take my kimono.
And
I
he
take my
starts
kimono
and he falls over.
I take my kimono and I grab the scroll he had, and I would like to and I would like to make a medicine check to see if there's anything coded on the paper.
Yeah, absolutely. Ninjas are devious.
Motherfuckers.
Poison everything.
34.
34. There is a chemical compound on the paper. Otomo is unconscious, by the way.
Can I now perform
Yeah, I
medicine
was going
on
to
him?
perform medicine on him.
You absolutely can. The guards are going to kind of
To
freak
which
out.
one of us? Because I was going to perform it while he was doing the stuff. on the
Yeah,
paper.
that's what I was figuring. Is Kikita would do the medicine, he would do the paper. The guards are going to lock down the palace now. They're going to let Miramoto and Komori back in, but they're not letting anybody in or out other than that.
That was sneak. I was just thinking that right before you said he started to waver. It's like, wait a second.
When you said he started to fan himself with the paper, that's literally Kikita, who assumed I was across the courtyard, is going to go, no!
Yeah, it's that slow motion moment where you guys were like,
Yeah.
no.
He's like 20 minutes
I
away
was
from
about
death,
to
you
say
guys go
something
slow
right
there,
before
so
you
can never reach
said
him in time.
he started to waver. It's like when he said, "Why would he give this to me? There's nothing on." It's like, "Oh crap!"
Oh yeah, no, I thought honestly it was an airborne person that would just as you.
4-0.
4-0. He is just unconscious. There's nothing wrong with him.
I'll wake him up.
It could be stress.
What is the poison that was used? He seems to be only unconscious. I'm guessing just a message being sent.
Can I tell with that roll?
What was your total?
34.
Okay. You did not call any raises, so you know that there's a chemical on the paper. You're not sure what the chemical is. If you would like to study it more, you can do so, and I will allow you basically another roll in an hour's time.
Okay. I'll wrap it in something so no one touches it.
Okay.
Unless I'm putting it there, which I'm assuming I'm not.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Miramoto, are you going to be bringing bringing Komori back to the castle, or do you have anything else in mind with him?
I mean, I bring him to where I think he can get the best medical attention.
Okay, the castle would probably be the most likely place, because if they don't have the doctor already there, they're going to call for the best doctor in town, because you guys are guests.
All right,
And then it will be paid for, and you won't have to worry about it.
the castle it is.
Okay, so when you get there, the guards have locked it down. The Yusuke that are outside are in full battle regalia, yelling at the guards about letting them in, that there is a threat to the land in there, and the guards are trying to keep the Yusuke back. They let you through, but that only pisses off the Yusuke some
Can
more.
I hear the Yusuke out there?
Oh yeah, you can. They're making a huge
Let
mess.
the Yusuke in.
Okay. The guards kind
Let's
of.
make this 100% worse.
Okay. So the guards kind of hesitate and they let the Yusuke in, and in come the Yusuke, full battle regalia, like I said, and they've brought in something that they were hiding in their tent. They have a fully automatic, machine gun with them. It's one of those old style crank ones.
Yeah.
That is the height of technology right now.
Yeah, that is the height of technology right now. The fact that he owns one is ridiculous. The fact that he has enough money to spend on the bullets for this monster is just out of control. And he brought it to the castle to make his point made if needed. He is in here and he has lined that thing up, and he's like, he sees you and he sees that you're wearing your makeup, and he says, "Witch hunter, where do you need us?"
Stand guard. There has been a ninja attack.
Very well, we shall guard the front gate. And he salutes real quick, and his family wheels around the gun, and you see it's like his kid on the back who's got the crank ready to go.
Please tell me it's just like a 5-year-old getting ready.
Yeah, it's like a 5-year-old in a battle helmet and like straw armor. It's not even like a good armor that he's wearing. He's behind there with the crank, and he's just ready to start going as soon as he's given the word.
Muramoto, how fared the battle with the ninja?
Poorly. Like, is he just holding Diedrich in his arms right now?
Yeah, Diedrich has like mud caked onto his neck and lots of blood all over him.
Tsubasa doesn't even notice. He's staring at the gun.
Bring him to me.
All right.
Chris, I have a spell, tap, to inner peace.
Mm-hmm.
You can cast a spell to heal wounds to another individual that another individual has suffered. The spell restores the number of wounds equal to the target equal to the amount by which spellcasting roll exceeds the TN to cast. I don't know what the TN to cast is, so.
The TN to cast is based upon the rank.
The rank, it's level 1.
It's a rank 1? Okay.
Yep.
Then for casting, it is, here we go. It's going to be a 20.
The 20?
Mm-hmm.
And I roll my spellcasting stat, right?
Correct.
Or spellcraft stat?
Correct.
Okay. That's a D8. $31, so he's going to heal 11.
Perfect. Yeah. You're gonna know to like wash the wound and everything.
I was going to say I'll use summon to wash the wound.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's kind of like a fluid motion. You see the mud caked in there, and you're like, oh Jesus, Muramoto field healing tactics. Wash the wound, heal the wound, and you're able to seal it. You're gonna know from casting the spell that it was actually very hard to seal it, and that this ninja used an anticoagulant, which is something that you learned growing up, being around a lot of medical studies and stuff like that. Like, it's not meant to be a poison, but used as a poison, holy crap, that's a good plan.
Yeah. I'll start breathing heavy from casting a lot of spells and realizing that I'm not a bushi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a Shigenja. My body isn't made to be in the middle of combat like that. And then I'll unfold the chair, sit down, and be like, "Woo! What? He got away, right?
I did not see any trace of him.
That is unfortunate. Well, carry Dietrich with us. We need to go."
Go where? This wasn't it?
Do you think this was it? Do you think I had precise planned timing that a ninja would attack?
I'm
Am
not
I
quite.
that much of a scumbag?
So where are we going?
That's what I thought. We're heading to a
So,
village up the river.
I hate to be the guy to say this, but you do lose honor for saying, "Am I that much of a scumbag?"
Oh, he's a crab. Yeah, no problem. How much am I losing?
You're gonna lose 0.2.
Okay. I don't gain honor for pointing out the fucking ninja?
We'll get into that as it goes on, but usually you lose much faster than you gain.
Alright, we need to continue on with our mission. Lord Otomo is just unconscious. He will recover in time. Bring him to his chambers.
The servants come and he gets up on his own and refuses aid from the servants, but he walks back to his chamber. He will leave the note with you. When he leaves, it's something that you're going to notice after he's gone. There is a necklace that he was wearing has dropped to the ground.
What's the necklace?
It's a kind of a blue gem necklace. It's in a circle. It's actually kind of hard to craft something like this. It's kind of an expensive necklace, but it's on just a leather cord. It's weird that such an expensive gem would be on such a cheap cord for it.
I'll kind of palm it over to the sea.
He doesn't notice you at first. He's still staring at the gun. He was actually starting to walk over towards it. Then,
So he hands it to you, and you don't really notice it at first, and then you kind of feel in your hand, you're like, oh, what did I get handed? And you look down, and this immediately takes away your attention from the gun. Give me an awareness check. Or actually, if you would like, you may roll a craftsmanship check.
Guys, I swear to God, I promise I'm not a scorpion.
You're not. That's what Nate
Or a
is.
spider. I promise.
Lucky for you, you're playing into exactly what Miyamoto thinks a crane is, so yay!
Oh, I already did the roll, but can I do since we haven't done anything else, I'll just spend a void to give myself a free raise.
Yep, so long as I haven't told you what the result is, you can
Yeah,
do so.
okay. So one free raise, and I already did the roll, so I'm not going to call another raise, but
Okay.
40.
Perfect. There is a very thin thing that is stretched between the circle, and when you touch it, you can feel it kind of move, and you can actually pass your hand through it. It's a very curious design. You're not sure how it would be accomplished. And in fact, the more you think about it, you're like, there's no way, there's nothing that could do this. It has kind of like a push, like a film would, but you can push through it. So it makes zero sense as far as engineering stands to reason. If you had to venture a guess, this might actually be in the realm of magic.
This doesn't follow any laws.
He'll just wait for you to hand it back.
I think this might be more within your domain, although I'll want to look at it more.
He does. He's like, he goes to like touch his face, like, and then realizes he's got his war paint on, and he's like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
Takes it. Chris, I will roll. What would be the appropriate check for this?
A spellcraft. You can keep your spellcraft plus I forget what the parent attribute is for that one.
Intelligence.
intelligence.
Oh, very nice. Double 16s and an 8.
All right.
So 3240.
So there is a old practice of hiding messages quarried through Ninja, and one of which is a way to hide your script. You would use an invisible ink, essentially, and a decoder. And you could venture a guess that this is probably a decoder.
Okay.
If you would like to open up Roll20, I will. I have set up a special screen, and I will share it with the audience as well.
I'm in it already, so.
Okay. You should be on a page that has a decoder necklace and a scroll.
Yep.
Yes.
Let me.
Does it
Ooh,
actually?
I could
go
use my
in-
calligraphy to code stuff. That would be awesome.
Hell yeah! It actually decodes. It's super cool. So if you guys want, you can actually watch it on my screen. That way the viewers can see it too. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up, and we're gonna run it across. You guys kind of start checking around, and then all of a sudden, hey, look, there's writing. So you
what
see
the
here.
fuck? How did you do that?
I'm a fucking pro. I will probably do a video on my channel
You're a
showing how I
wizard.
did this, but this is so cool, isn't it? Right? It's
Yeah,
multiple
that's-
pictures basically.
That's roll 20?
Yeah, it's Roll20. It's multiple pictures, and I basically changed the highlight inside the decoder ring, which if you look at it when it's down, it's all gray in there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of this where it's actually clear, and so because I run it over there, you can read it now. Super cool.
Nice.
It's so cheesy, but I've been so excited to show you guys this.
I like it, yeah.
So, Otomo, you are to carry out your mission tonight. Failure is not an option. And that is all you're able to find on there.
Okay. I go, very well.
Super cheesy, but I was so excited to show you guys that.
We appreciate it.
And that's actually where we're going to leave it for tonight, with you guys getting this message that Otomo may actually be up to more than you gave him credit for.
By the way, what is the look
Um,
from the female Phoenix Shiginja? I need to know if she's turned on by my amazing awareness of ninja.
Kiko has no idea what to do with what's happened. It's like this has literally been a few minutes has passed, and it's like ninjas, possible spies, passed out Lord Otomo, secret messages. Like everybody who's here that's in the know is like doing
Except
that
me, because I
face.
just assumed all this was going down.
There is
Ninjas.
no. Hey, to be fair, I also, quickly realized it was ninjas. After I saw ninja, I didn't get surprised. I was like, ninja, follow ninja.
I was going to say, had you not made that awareness check, you guys would have found this note after the fact. So it does change things for me a little bit.
You're welcome. I almost died for this shit.
Should have died for this shit.
It would have been.
So as
very-
a fair warning to you guys and anybody who's watching, I am not pulling any punches. They see all my rolls in Roll20. The ninja, that is his tactic, but at some point, if you guys die in game, I'm not pulling the punches. You are dying, just as a heads up.
I don't like when people pull punches. It's
For
not
the
fun.
record, Toshiro is just going to look around and be like, pretty good tonight. Time to kick some more ass. But he doesn't actually say time to kick some more ass. But you
Okay.
can get that sense of feeling like it's time to kick some more ass.
All right.
Listen,
Now,
this-
before
Plenty of ninjas out there. That means plenty of asses to kick.
Also,
That's-
we're all on the ninja hunt list now. Once
All right.
it has been seen, you cannot unsee it, and they must track you down and kill you.
at least that's what your teacher has told you.
Yes.
So that's where we're going to end with you guys. However, I'm going to do a little cutscene. If you guys like this sort of thing, we can do them in the future. The camera's actually going to pan over to a tent, and the tent will open up. Inside will come in this ninja that you guys would have recognized when you saw him on camera there. And there is a man in green robes who will turn around and he says, "You've delivered the message, correct?" The man is very tall. He has his hair tied in a top knot, and he wears the markings of a Taisa or captain within the Imperial Legion. The ninja says it is done. Good, says the Tyson. The Tyson immediately pulls out his sword and cuts the ninja's throat. And he yells for guards to drag away the body. And he tells the guards, let that be a lesson. Failure is not an option. You will carry out your mission, and we will accomplish our goals. And that's going to be the end of that.
God damn it. Imperial Guard is not supposed to have ninjas.
You would think, huh?
Actually, they're supposed to.
Shut up! They're the Imperial Guard.
Scorpions serve the Emperor.
Yep.
Shut up. They're not supposed to have ninjas.
So that's what we have for tonight. Thank you guys for attending. Like I said, if you guys want to write letters, I will be selecting one of you guys to do the recap via letter home, and I think that's just a great way to do it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Was everybody appreciative of doing the letter like that?
I liked it.
I'm not exactly
pretty
sure how
fitting.
I would write what happened this week back to my family.
You're like, so this is what happened. I think I pooped myself.
So you get a letter back, it's like, why don't you just come to visit? We're literally like a couple 100 feet away.
I know, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Letters are
in
a
the case
pastime
in the
event.
case of C, if you don't want to write a letter, it could be like from your pillow book, which is a diary. Most samurai keep pillow books.
Okay.
Dear diary, today I have met a ninja.
All right, so
Today, I was glad I wore my brown
for
pants.
everybody tuning in today, thank you for tuning in to Drop Dice for Nothing Ledge the Five Rings game. We're going to be playing again next week, barring any sort of catastrophic internet accidents or anything like that. And like I said, thanks for tuning in and giving us some support. I know we get a lot of viewers that aren't watching right away because there are other Sunday games, but I know you guys watch during the week, and we really appreciate that. As always,
We really love it. If you have comments, leave them. Let us know what you think about our role play and our RP. We all love to hear it. We love feedback on the characters. Tell us what you think about the characters. Give us your insight on that stuff. Because honestly, as a player, again, I play Kikita Toshiro. I love to hear that stuff. What people think I'm doing right, what people think I'm doing wrong, what things that we didn't see that maybe our characters saw that you looked at. Give us that feedback. It's so much fun to hear from Drop Dice's community on what's going on.
yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to check the Q&A. We have had one viewer tonight, and that was actually pretty cool because this is our first viewer. So thank you, viewer. It doesn't tell me who you are, but I know that you're
You
there.
are the best viewer. The best.
Well, second best. I mean me.
No.
But,
Fuck you.
I would feel pretty horrible if it was one of us.
I was going to say, as always, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check out Tom's game, even though he's giving me thumbs down over there. Camera kind of froze.
That was
It
to
looked like
Murdoch when he said that he was better than our viewer.
Remember to check
But,
out Tom's game?
yeah, Tom's game, Guns of Icarus.
Oh.
That's
Yes.
the right title, right? Guns of Icarus, or is it Gun of Icarus?
Guns of Icarus Online.
Guns of Icarus.
It's
Online.
Guns of Icarus. Gun of Icarus was something else.
It's
I had to check. I want to make sure and give proper billing.
Huns of Vigorousness.
And if anybody is interested, there will be another game coming up next month. September is what we're set for, but I will be playing in a game called The Besieged, which will be online on the channel Tabletop Terrors as well. So if you like more RP and want to check out more games, that one's going to be a 5th edition game, a little bit more traditional. But as always, I like my little niche over here as the L5R King. And for anybody who is watching this and is interested...
Our Emperor.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And lastly, for announcements, for anybody who is interested, the RPG Brigade on YouTube here is going to be doing BrigadeCon again this year. It's actually going to benefit Child's Play, just like last year. So once the T-shirts become available, I'll talk about that on my channel. But if you have not done so already and you're interested in a 24-hour gaming fest, go ahead and sign up. I'll include the link to this channel or to the sign-ups on this video after it's done recording, and then. Like I said, you can sign up there. I will probably be doing 2 open L5R games during that session, during that time. And then I'm going to probably try and squeeze in a game that I can play as well. But hopefully I see more people, joining and participating, especially in that Brigade Con, because that really helps out those kids. All right, guys. As always, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you at the gaming table.